Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. We have a super epic episode tonight. We're going to be reviewing The Death of the Justice League, which is Justice League number 75. And I just got through reading it, and it's crazy, guys. As always, I do want to let you guys know about my 100 subscriber giveaway. And when we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this book. It's the Suicide Squad number 1, which is the first full team appearance of Deadshot, Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, Duella Dent, and the Black Manta. All you have to do is like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and you're going to be entered to win. And we're really close. And when we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to give the book away. All right. Now, I have a couple things I'd like to go over before we do get into the review. First off, I want to go ahead and shout out the creative team on the team because without them, as you guys know, we wouldn't have a comic book to read, right? So, first off, we have the writer is Joshua Williamson. We have pencils by Rafa Sandoval. The inks are by Jordi Tarragona. The colors by Matt Herms. And letters by Josh Reed. And then the other thing that I do want to let you guys know before we get into the review, if you haven't watched the channel before, we are going to be going heavy into spoilers. So if you haven't read it yet and you don't want to be spoiled as to what happens, then maybe this isn't for you because we're going to go heavy into spoilers. But if you're ready, we're going to get right into it. All right. So it starts off and it says Earth Zero, the skies above Kondak, and we see Black Adam is flying in the sky, and he says, "Who dares?" as he is teleported somewhere else. Then we see Batman in Gotham City being teleported, Wonder Woman teleported from Themyscira, Green Lantern, the John Stewart Green Lantern teleported from Oa. We have Hawk Girl or Hawk Woman teleported from Totality. We have Superman teleported from War World Orbit. We have Zatanna teleported from Central City. Aquaman from Atlantis. Martian Manhunter from Washington, D.C. And we see in Star City that just trying to catch her name again. That Mary Marvel, I believe, is her name. Nope, that's not Mary Marvel. It's Green Arrow's girlfriend. Yeah, they don't. Okay. Anyways, so and she's a superhero too. And she starts to get teleported, and Green Arrow's like, "Hold on, pretty bird." And she's like, "Ollie, what are you?" And he's like, "Come on. After everything we've been through, where you go, I go." And she says, "Not sure if grabbing me like that mid teleport was the wisest move, Oliver." And Green Arrow says, "Oliver?" And then Black Adam is there in the background, and he says, "You two, the couple, where are we?" And Green Arrow says, "You know our names, right?" And Black Adam says, "I was patrolling my homeland of Kandak when something pulled me into this darkness." And she says, "Green Arrow and I are just as much in the dark as you, Black Adam, but we're not alone." And we get this splash page here with all kinds of the superheroes meeting up in the House of Heroes, home of the Justice League Incarnate. And so we have Superman's talking with Captain Carrot here, and in comes the President Superman of Earth 22, and he informs Superman that the multiverse is in grave danger because the Justice League Incarnate has failed, and he's like, I'm sorry that I took all you guys from your lives without warning, but you know, we need your help, basically, right? And Superman's like, "Calvin, what's going on? I thought Barry was with you." And President Superman says, "I should have come to Kal-El the moment this all started." There is so much to tell you, but time is not on our side. I'm sorry to report that Barry Allen, your world's Flash, is trapped in a twisted reality, and that dark side has been enslaved by the great darkness, an ancient evil that has been awakened. It's created an army of unbelievable destructive force. Just know, in all my travels, I have never known fear like this. And we see, really good artwork, like props on the art team on this. I'm gonna show like a lot, so I don't want to. I can't give you every page. I thought about this when I was reading it. I was like, man, I want to show them everything, but I can't. Support your local LCS if this sounds interesting and you don't have a copy. Go out and buy one. um, so then the president Superman, he's like, and now the great darkness moves to possess the space between our worlds, the bleed. If we don't do something now, it's nothingness. We'll overtake everything. And I believe that's is it. No, that's a different girl. Anyways, different girl says, the great darkness. My father died trying to stop it before. And Black Adam's like, we already fought the great darkness and defeated it. And there's this girl that was there, the Mary Marvel. She says, you don't fight the great darkness. It's forever a presence, not good, not evil. The most you can hope for is for it to rest, but it's always there. And then they're like, maybe the Spectre can save us, but President Superman's like, no, the Spectre is dead already. And then big explosion happens, and President Superman is like, the darkness has breached the House of Heroes. We're out of time. We need to get word back to Earth Zero to let the Titans know, says Batman. And Green Arrow says, you worry too much, Bats. We're the Justice League. Stopping a crisis is our whole thing. And then Superman and Wonder Woman are basically ready to go to battle. And Mary Marvel says, my power of multivision can teleport us to the front line now. So they teleport themselves to the front line, and we get this really, really amazing splash page here of them being teleported to the front line where the battle is taking place. And and she's like, I thought this was all gone. It's the ruins of a dead multiverse. It was swallowed by the darkness. And this is Pariah is what they're calling him. And he goes, I saw it happen, forced to watch over and over again. Punishment for my sin, helpless to stop the destruction of so many lives. My antechamber started the great crisis, and now I will use it to correct my mistake. And Mary Marvel says, that's him. He's the one who trapped Barry. Superman says, Pariah, I remember you. Your world was the first one to fall to the Anti-Monitor. You were a scientist. And Batman says, cursed, to go from one catastrophic event to another? And Pariah says, which is why I am here now, the site of another great disaster. And Superman says, I know what it's like to lose your world, Pariah, but this great darkness, it's using you. We want to help, Pariah, please. Pariah says, help? Lies! The great darkness only wants peace. You and your heroes are what woke it with your wars. For the true multiverse to be reborn, your worlds must die. The great darkness has shown me the way. It said you'd try to stop us. So it gave me my dark army. And we see as just all these all these major DC villains like Darkseid and Spectre, and we've got uh, the guy that we got Doomsday. It's yeah, and they're all chained. If you notice too, they're like chained. And I'm doing it. I'm going back to back. I thought about this. I'm like, okay, these are the ones I'm gonna show. I gotta pick. I gotta pick them. All right. And so Superman goes, Justice League, you know what to do. And Aquaman says, for the multiverse, what you see now is just a taste of the great darkness, says Pariah. And another great splash page with both factions, good and versus bad, just going at each other. Um, and Pariah says, once I finish my work, the great darkness and its army will be free. And finally, I and the multiverse will know peace again. And Batman says, Black Canary, let them deal with the army. And she says, and what are we doing? Batman says, we can't let Pariah turn on that machine. The last time he did it destroyed his whole world. No telling what it will do. And here's another one. It was just so amazing, and you're just gonna have to buy this issue. Like, if you really, it's, man, this is comics done right, guys. And we get this splash page. I'm just gonna kind of describe it. That's got a circle in the center, and then multiple outward reaching kind of shattered style panels, and in each panel is each major DC universe superhero fighting one of these major DC universe bad guys. Sometimes 2-on-1. In most occasions, they're kind of two of them are fighting, and then there's 2 versus 1 in most occasions. And so they're kind of all split apart trying to fight all these different bad guys. And they kind of start to realize that they're not full strength. It's not a full strength, full powered Doomsday. It's not full strength, full powered Darkseid. They're kind of they're being controlled, but because of that control, they're not able to exercise their full power. And so then Black Adam comes in, and he's like, face the power of the old gods. And after after Darkseid has basically slammed Superman and knocked him pretty unconscious. Black Adam comes in and tries, striking him with lightning. And Darkseid says, my chains. This war is over, Black Adam. The Justice League cannot win. Your only chance of survival is to... And his just eye beams come out and take out Black Adam. And he's like, this is too much. We need backup. And then in comes John Stewart, and he's like, I'm all the backup you'll ever need. And I'm bringing the Godstorm. Like, if you guys saw in my Green Lantern 12 review, he's like mega powerful now. And Superman's like, it's working, John. And John's like, they can't handle my light. And he's got all the different versions of Green Lanterns fighting for him and beating up all the bad guys. And Pariah says, your light is at the pinnacle of its power, Green Lantern. But the dark has no limit. My army is larger than you can ever grasp, thanks to Darkseid. And John Stewart says, the quintessence? But that means, once I was a spirit of vengeance, but I have been shown the truth. Now I am the spirit of darkness, says the Spectre, as he gets super giant. And Wonder Woman's like, the Spectre, no, John. And he goes, die, brightest night. And explodes all of his power on John Stewart, kind of knocking him unconscious. And then Pariah says, nearly complete. My suffering will finally end. Batman says, you're done in more ways than one, Pariah. Damn. And he says, the shadow demons won't let anyone get close to Pariah's chamber. And then in comes Green Arrow, and he says, watch and learn, bats. Cover me, Canary. Okay, that's his girlfriend. I'm sorry, this is Black Canary. All right. Apologize. Apologize. And then he goes, cover me, Canary. And Black Canary goes, Ollie, what are you doing? And, I really like Green Arrow. I watched a lot of the seasons of it on the CW. And he goes, what I always do. Saving the damn day. And he shoots his arrow. It hits the device that Pariah is working on, and that explodes. And Pariah's really mad, and he goes, "What have you done?" And Superman says, "His dark army is weakening. The darkness retreats. They're trapped here." And Green Arrow's like, "Aren't you all glad I came? Now let's shut this down and go home. I'll make chili." And in comes Doomsday, and he kills Green Arrow. And I mean, I know it's comics and they come back, but these guys might not come back for a few years. It's kind of sad, and the way that the story is gone, like it just sucks you in, you know. And so she goes, "Ollie, no." And no. Why did you follow me? He says, "I'll always follow you, pretty." Pariah says, "I can still fix it. This isn't over." And Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman are converging on him. And they go, "Yes, it is." And Batman says, "Dr. Multiverse, get Green Arrow and the rest of our teams to the Hall of Justice." And in comes Mary Marvel, and she says, "You don't understand. Pariah is more dangerous than ... Pariah says, "You've only delayed the inevitable. I had hoped all your talk of heroic sacrifice for the greater good was more than just words. But instead, you will be mourned." And he kills them. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. And says, I wanted to bring peace to the multiverse. And you see him killing everybody else. Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, Aquaman, Zatanna, Captain Carrot, Mary Marvel, President Superman, everybody. He kills them. And in comes Black Adam, and he says, "You will die for your sins, murderer." And he goes to punch Pariah, and Pariah just stops his punch midair with his palm and says, "I survived the death of infinite Earths. You think a punch from a false god could hurt me? What I do now is for the best. You'll see. You'll be happy." And Black Adam says, he goes, "Shazam!" And kind of blows it all up. And everything goes to dark. And then we see kids playing, wearing Flash costumes and stuff. And they're like, "Where's the Justice?" Flash says, "Where's the Justice League?" No one's answering their comms. Who could take them like that? And this guy that looks like a monkey says, "We're on the case, Red. Don't rush to any conclusions." And this other girl, she says, "I saw Martian Manhunter just get like teleported out of the break room." And Flash says, I need to get in touch with Barry. Maybe he knows what happened. And in comes the son of Superman. And he says, what's going on? Robin told me that Batman was teleported away too and hasn't returned. If someone was taking the Justice League from all over, what about my dad? And then you hear a giant explosion. And this girl is like, what was that? And the monkey says, like a bomb went off. And Flash and the son of Kal-El rushed towards that direction. And there's Black Adam, and he says the Justice League are dead, and he kind of like crash landed in the place. And yeah, man, it's a really good issue. I was kind of surprised that it made me emotional just because of the simple fact that it's comic books and they won't kill these characters forever. Like, they don't do that. But it's just really well written by Joshua Williamson, and the artwork by the artwork team on the book. The art is some of the best that I've seen in a long time, honestly, as far as paneling and layout. Like, there was just a lot of really interesting choices that definitely made the comic book feel like an event. And it felt like an event. Like, this is an event comic book. I highly recommend going out and grabbing a copy. Just, I mean, not on any sort of speculative or this or that. Just DC did a good event, man. I don't know like what their plans are with this whole thing, and maybe it kind of concerns me that they might, but Batman and all the titles are still running, so I'm I guess that's the confusion I have, is just like, is this going to play out into the other title, into their solo titles and stuff? But yeah, I was blown away by the story, and definitely if they actually move what they're doing here into canon, and if that's kind of what it seemed like they were saying they were gonna do, then this is, man, that's epic comic book. And I didn't show this too. Review probably run on a little long, but it's a big book. So check this out too. I thought this was really cool. And you don't notice it when you see it just on like the website or whatever to buy it, but the front's actually like a clear cellophane thing. That's why I wasn't too worried about holding it, because it's the kind that just, it gets fingerprints and you have to wipe it off if you ever wanted to submit it or something. But it's really sturdy, strong, nice material. And obviously a really good read. I'm excited to see like what they have planned. And yeah, remember, like, comment, subscribe. It'll enter you to win the Suicide Squad #1, the first full team appearance of all the characters I listed before. Obviously, I gave this one a thumbs up. If you didn't get that. What else? Yeah, if you guys are watch this far into the video and you like this kind of content, click the link below and shop on my eBay store. Alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow for new comic book day, and have a great night, okay?